welcome to our webinar. I'm Carolina Shenton with the CruiseWeb, and I'm excited to introduce our guest speaker today, Liz Coleman, Director of Sales with Paul Gauguin Cruises. For the next 30 minutes, Liz will take us all to Tahiti. Take it away, Liz.
Thank you, CruiseWeb. I really appreciate that introduction and giving me this opportunity to be with you today. You know, it's really terrific on many levels. The first of which is to talk about this iconic part of the world where so many people dream about this magical place, but aren't really sure what it's all about. So I would like you to, share with you this little piece of paradise and talk about why this place is really so special. Before we really jump into the bulk of the presentation, I just want to let you know that we are open for business effective next month. This is really exciting for, again, number of reasons. One, because we all get to think about what life might be like outside of our houses and off the couch. And this is one place that we can start to explore when, of course, the time is right. I want to assure you that as we start our operation for the general public in the beginning of August, the first several sailings actually in July are for the local Tahitian market, and then continuing on welcoming the rest of the world. Paul Gauguin Cruises, along with our parent company, Ponant, has taken great pains to develop a policy, if you will, to ensure the safety and well-being, the health and well-being of all of our crew and certainly all of our guests. So while we're open for business, we're ready to welcome you. Know that protocols are in place to make sure that you feel comfortable, if you will. To learn more, please reach out to your travel advisor at the CruiseWeb, and they can discuss in more detail what those measures are. So with that, let's take a look at this destination. What I'd like to do is talk about the destination at large and how we go about exploring the territory, which is certainly this small, intimate vessel. To get us started and kind of give you a little taste, I would like to show you a brief video.
French Polynesia waits for you with open arms. This isn't just a place, it's an atmosphere. She possesses her very own consciousness. Love and light flood every corner of her incredible world. And those who visit are forever changed by it. Go barefoot. Soak in her sun. Be rejuvenated by her sand and the smiling faces of her people. Just breathe. Life here can be very big, or it can be very small. And new friends await in the most impossibly interesting ways. Places you never knew existed. Now, you'll never forget. When you long to bask in one of the most unspoiled places on Earth, she's waiting for you. Her door and her heart are always open. Paul Gauguin Cruises. Let us help you make French Polynesia part of your story.
How wonderful. Yes, your story, our story. And let me just get back here to my slide here. It is a story. Travel is about a story, right? It's about creating memories, and how you choose to do it is really important. And we do feel that cruising in this part of the world is a great way to experience the destination, experience the culture, and all things in between. One of the things that comes up though is exactly where is it and how do I get there? Because it just, as I said, this dream still remains it just remains a dream versus a reality, because we can't really place it on a map. If you can get yourselves to Los Angeles, LA into Tahiti is just an 8-hour flight. If any of you have ever gone to Hawaii, that is a 6-hour flight. So we just say that it's one more movie and a drink or two, but who's counting? This part of the world is made up of so many islands and atolls, 118 to be exact. So cruising becomes an optimum way to get around because it's not overrun with tourism. It is really one of these untouched parts of the world where you can get up close and personable with the land as well as the people. We actually bring on 7 local Tahitians to share with you their experiences. They're born and raised in the islands, and they by day are running different culturally rich activities. In the evening, they're singing, they're dancing, they're entertaining you as well. The Polynesian spirit is just so warm, so hospitable, and people are just drawn to their personalities. They're kind of shy, actually, as well. What is a great travel experience, right, is service. I mean, we love to think about how well we are taken care of wherever we might journey. We have just over 200 crew for our 330 guests. That's a 1 to 1.5 staff to guest ratio. So it's not uncommon for them to know your name, your drink, and a little bit about you. Paul Gauguin Cruises creates itineraries that allow you ample time to spend in any one place so that you feel like you've gotten to know wherever you are visiting. We overlay that with special, unique, private retreats, which we call our beach days. One is our Motu Mahana experience, which is a full beach barbecue, where we bring all of our staff over to this private island, and you are really not wanting for anything. I mean, yes, they even serve you drinks in the water. You can paddle up in that little kayak you see there and have your thirst quenched. It is one of the highlights, I have to say, of the experience. So, you know, simply you can find a chaise lounge, or you can engage, you can be as active as you want. Or maybe you want to take advantage of that, you know, that pristine white beach where there's literally no one there but you and maybe a few friends. This is what I call sort of our No-Frills Beach Day, and it's off the island of Bora Bora. It is a motu, and a motu is a little island that jets off the larger island, and all of these are private. No one else is there except our guests. If you're, you know, a frequent cruiser and you say, you know what, I love the activities, I love the space on the ship. We can sail at capacity, but you never feel like it's too crowded. So you can certainly enjoy the attributes of the ship. We have daily programming that is, again, culturally rich. We, you know, the Tahitians, our international hosts, are running different programs like the one you see here with the Tahitian dance. We used to call it Zumba. I still call it that, actually. Travel engages us because we want to learn something about people that are different from us, right? And so we have an eclectic group of guest hosts. Maybe they're anthropologists, they're marine biologists, they're archaeologists, and then we overlay that with other special hosts that we invite on the Paul Gauguin to make your time with us fulfilled. It is an intellectual experience. It's an engaging experience, and they're all there to enhance the time that you spend with us. You might be thinking about, I've always thought about this destination, but tell me more about the people, the other kinds of people that might enjoy this. Well, certainly we think about special celebrations, marked events like anniversaries or honeymoons. Absolutely, this is one of the top 10 requested destinations for honeymooners. But think about a birthday or a special celebration. All of these people enjoy this experience. It's almost like a reward. I worked hard for this, and we should be celebrating the accomplishments that we've made in life. Anybody that just wants to relax, of course, there's a serene peacefulness about the destination as well. Maybe you like to travel with friends and you've never visited this destination before. So not only can you meet people along the way, but if you have other people who are like-minded in terms of what you like to do, you can assemble small groups, and it's perfect where you can join together for cocktails or after dinner drinks, but then you can maintain your independences and come and go as often as you like as well. And remember, this is an all-inclusive experience, starting with round-trip economy airfare from Los Angeles, and then all of your meals, wines, spirits, anytime, anywhere. We have 3 different dining venues. We've got room service. It's all included. I mean, so really, it's just sort of like a plug and play. What's great about this is that you don't have to show a card key. You don't have to show a wristlet. You could just sit back and enjoy all of what is around you and take it all in, soak it in. We also include the water activities. We have a retractable marina that comes down off the back of the ship, so paddleboarding and kayaking are included. I mean, can you see yourself paddleboarding and overlooking Bora Bora, or kayaking and overlooking that mountain at the same time? I mean, I've done this so many times, and I know that sounds crazy. It just never gets old. The marina is the place where you would pick up your snorkeling equipment as well, and you can take that with you wherever you might be going on a shore excursion or one of the beach days I talked about earlier. This is a PADI certified vessel, so if you are a real big water enthusiast, we run 3 or 4 dives a day, including some night dives. Shore excursions are additional along with the diving because they are optional, but I will assure you, these are just I mean, it's just anywhere you go. I mean, the world is your oyster, as they say. We've been cooped up for a really long time, and we do think about what our lives could look like beyond our, beyond our walls that we live in, right? This is a great time to reconnect. Connect with those loved ones that we haven't seen in a while. This is a great place for a multi-generational group. We offer a family youth program during the summer sailings and the last 2 sailings of the year. It is complimentary, and it's geared towards children who are 7 to 15. And what I love about it is that there's something for everyone. I mean, what grandma and grandma want to do may be different than what the kids want to do, right? Or maybe you're tired of not seeing your kids, your adult children or your grandchildren. But I can assure you there's something for everybody. Being as active, or you can watch the world go by, and certainly on your terms. Let's just take a closer look at where you might want to explore. The 7-night sailing is the most popular, and is actually, these islands are included on all the itineraries within Paul Gauguin Cruises. Again, 8 hours from Los Angeles into Papeete, Tahiti. And Tahiti actually is the largest island, and the Society Islands are actually the most populous. And here's a little fun fact for you. French Polynesia is made up of 275,000 inhabitants, and 75% of those are living on the island of Tahiti. So know that when you're visiting Huahine or Taha, we spend 2 days in Bora Bora and 2 days in Moorea, that these are not places, even though you know the name of Bora Bora, there are no big box stores. These are really remote places, and some of them are actually virtually uninhabited. The 10-night sailing, we venture out to the Tuamotus, which are the low-lying atolls. Now here, this is all about the water. This is all about the marine life. This is all about, you know, either seeing life, either, you know, from a boat, staying on there, or when you're in the water. And this is where the snorkeling actually, or perhaps diving, if you're a diver, takes place. So, you know, and that is one of the most known places for diving, is out in the Tuamotus. Not to mention some really awesome pearl farms if you like Tahitian pearls. Moving on to the 11-night sailing, we're actually going to go to the Cook Islands, which are not a part of French Polynesia, but rather Polynesia, where here we are going to visit the Aitutaki and Rarotonga. You know, the Cook Islands are actually made up of 15 larger islands, and we visit 2 very different islands within the Cook Islands. I did this sailing a number of years ago, and I have to say, I was just blown away, not only by the people yet again, but, you know, just everything, the natural beauty that was surrounding me. I snorkeled, I just saw the most amazing things that I thought were only like in pictures. The 14-night sailing is all about 3 different island chains. And here we'll not only do the Tuamotus, the Society Islands, but we'll venture further out to the Marquesas Islands. Now, here's a little fun fact for you as well. You may say, well, you know, maybe I want to explore an area, being the Marquesas, that is not overrun with any tourism, hardly anything at all. It's one of those places where unless you cruise, you really can't get there from here. There's no commercial airline that will take you. And even if there were, it would still take you 3.5 hours. And for all this reason, this is why cruising becomes the optimum way to explore all these different places, just because it's not about planes, trains, and automobiles. It's the way to come and go with so much ease. Okay, so now this is one of my favorites as well. I mean, Fiji. How many people have ever thought, oh gosh, I would love to do Fiji? Well, so here you have your cake and you're eating it too. We will start in Tahiti. We'll visit Moorea, the island of Taha on the Motumahana. We'll go to Bora Bora, visit the Cook Islands, crossing the international date line, and our first stop is the Kingdom of Tonga, visiting Vavau, and then we'll complete it with doing some of the Fijian islands. And then it's 12 or 13 nights, depending upon, you know, which itinerary or which way you want to go. But again, all of this is included, with starting with airfare, the food, the drinks, the gratuities. So you're able to really stop, look around, engage, and, you know, the world is your oyster, as they say. We have a number of specials. If you like what you've heard and you say, you know what, I'm ready to stick a toe in the water sooner than later, this is a sale that's really going to be out for public consumption starting next week. And I'm bringing it to you, we're bringing it to you right now, which those prices represent up to 25% off select sailings in 2020. If you're someone that says, oh, I can't get away this year any longer, but I really want to learn more about sailings going forward into 2021, then know that we've got a special offer just for the CruiseWeb. This is just unique to them. You will not find this on any public website. So we're offering a $200 onboard credit per person. So that would be used to offset maybe a shore excursion, maybe swimming with the stingrays or the sharks, something like that. Or maybe you want to pamper yourself at the spa. Again, we haven't seen each other for a while. Maybe you want to assemble your friends, your family. If you decide to do that and you are able to gather 5 staterooms, at least 5 staterooms, that would make up a group. And if you do that, we will offer you up to 15% on select sailings. On all of these programs, please reach out to your travel advisor at the CruiseWeb. We have worked with the CruiseWeb for many, many years. They know this destination, they know how we operate, and they are a really, really good partner. So if you want to learn more on any of these programs, please reach out to them. So this is, we're coming to the end of the presentation, and I know that we want to manage the questions that have come through the question box, and there are a couple of them, so I will just start answering them if I may. So here we have a question from Andrea, and she asks, when is the best time to go? Well, can I say anytime? I say anytime because the average temperature is about 80 degrees all year round. I mean, look, I'm doing this from Boston, and granted, summer is underway, but when I'm sitting here in January where it's about 20 degrees and a snowstorm is on the way, I can't wait. So it is seasonal. If you're familiar with Hawaii, it's the same weather pattern as Hawaii. And I will tell you, just by where we are on the map, we are equidistant south of the equator as Hawaii is north of the equator. So we're on the same time zone, we're on the same weather pattern, and with that weather pattern, the most, rainfall and the most humidity, if you will, is in January, with bookends being December and February. But know that rain is a part of this whole area. This is why it is so lush and so green. So thank you for that question, Andrea. Okay, we have another question from Tim, and he wants to know, what is the language? Will I be able to interact just using English? Absolutely. So there are two official languages of French Polynesia, one being Tahitian, the Tahitian language, right? And the second being French. But everybody, I have to say, in the more populous areas, all speak English. On the ship, we actually have two languages. The first is English, and then we do translate into French as well. So if you're only English speaking, not a problem. Okay, so the next question is coming from Rachel. Can you review what's included again? Okay, yes. So I think this is one of the best value propositions in the market. And I think about value in two regards. One is what you get to do and what you get to see, the experience at large, right? That's value. I mean, doing things that are only imaginable, they actually come to life, right? The second piece of value is the tangibles as far as like what's included in terms of airfare from Los Angeles, round trip economy airfare from LAX into Papeete, and then the ship in terms of all of your meals, all of your wines and spirits, the food and the drink, anytime, anywhere. We have 3 different dining venues. There are no upcharges for specialty dining. And then we have the room service as well. The water sports platform is included, kayaking and paddleboarding off the back of the ship. And then those exclusive retreats, those beach days that I shared with you a moment ago as well, are all included. The only thing that you would potentially pay for would be things like the spa, right? There's a spa on board, and the shore excursion. So for example, if you wanted to go do a jet ski or, do a 4x4, and then go to the beach or something like that, there would be a charge for that. Okay, so Michaela asks, what is the dress code? Ah, yes, it's casual, just like Tahiti. So during the day, we're wearing t-shirts, shorts, flip-flops, that sort of thing. If you're going into a restaurant, you're going to dress accordingly and use a cover-up or what have you. And in the evening, it's resort wear, it's country club casual. So men would wear a collared shirt and slacks. No open-toed shoes for men, no Crocs. So you do dress accordingly. And for the women, well, ladies, I just think this is an excuse for us to buy a cute little sundress and another pair of sandals. But that's just me. So anyway, all right, so I don't see actually any more questions, but if you do have a question, please reach out to your respective travel advisor and, you know, let them know that, you know, you've got a few other questions in mind. And I know, as I said, we've worked with them for many years. They're very adept at answering them. They know this destination really, really very well. So again, thank you, CruiseWeb, for hosting this webinar. It's really my pleasure, my honor to be with you today. And thank you. And as they say in the islands, maruru.